Hello everyone and welcome back to Victoria 3. So we are going to be upending the status quo here in just a couple minutes. We're finishing up some expanded munitions plants, which will hopefully allow us to go in against Prussia. Now, the French view the Prussians as a potential friend, but they don't have any formal alliance or defensive pact with them. We are allied to the French, and the Russians are rival to the Prussians, so we have a lot of things potentially going in our favor here. My intention is to take Silesia, and really not much else. Cutting off the Prussian access to Silesia will be a really big boon on its own, and yes, we will do trade with the Russians as well. We should probably go to free trade at some point, just because if we're not getting anything from tariffs, we may as well. Let's take a look at what we can export. Fabric. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Now there's no increase in pay because we have a trade agreement. We don't have one with Egypt or the Sicilians. Those are marginal increases. I think I'd like to keep the rest of those goods for my own men. So hopefully we'll be solving the Venetian market access problem. Those railways are up. Not fully employed. Interesting. Do I need to subsidize these, or nope, it looks like it is going to 100 over a couple of weeks. And then we'll need another railway in Tyrol as well. And then, let's see, inefficient agriculture. Let's take a look at our loyalty from the industrialists right now. That's giving us neg 10 production tech cost. It kind of sucked to lose that. Yeah. I'm going to take a couple more radicals in order to keep the 10% production tech, because, I mean, yes, we're about to adopt shell gun, and this is the other thing I was waiting for before attacking the Prussians, but I think we're going to switch back to some economic methods now. So let's take a look here at what we need. Bessemer process would be nice to make more steel. Fractional distillation would be good for getting food industries going, but I think... where is it? Chemical plants. How come I can't make chemical plants is the question. So, oh, I can. I think I just completely breezed by. I already have some. Okay, that should be giving me, it's just fertilizer. So, a bit of a mistake there on my part. If we go to chemical plants and we go here, the LeBlanc process will give us the explosives that we weren't able to previously import. So, Bessemer process is being gotten through, I guess, technological sharing. So let's go for nitroglycerin to start using explosives to increase our supply of raw materials, which will drive down our construction costs. Should be pretty nice also with those iron mines finishing up. And if we take a look at urban, we should be able to see smooth bores. Okay, that should be fine. Urban center could go to public trams as well. Let's do that. That's fine, that's fine. People, make sure we don't have any good shortages. We do. Small arms. That's a problem. Okay, so not quite able to kick this off yet. Let's go ahead and get a couple of small arms factories going, and if we take a look at our men now, small arms is giving a penalty 5%. We might be able to import this for right now. That's from the Prussians, which will go away. Let's get from the Russians. Okay, so just as a reminder, this is an Ironman. Everything that I'm attempting to do, we're going to have to live with the consequences, so that's part of why I'm trying to be so careful before we go off to war. We have gotten rid of our deficits there. So, let's declare diplomatic play. And I want to conquer the state of Silesia. We'll face Prussia, Anhalt, Saxe-Coburg, Gotha, and Hohenzollern, and we'll start with France and Krakow. So, let's go for that. My hope is that it won't escalate to war, but I'm willing to do that should the occasion call for it. Let's go ahead and mobilize one army. No need to do more than that right now. And nobody's leaning our way. We could convince the Russians. The French should have been with us. Why did they... Whoa. they abandon us in our diplomatic play here. Why? You're our ally. Well, you were our ally. Are you still our ally? Alliance. Yeah, we have an alliance. It's not an alliance if you can just hop out whenever you darn well please. But it looks like we're going to have to offer the Russians an obligation. I would rather have not done that, but better to do that than to potentially lose the war or have it be a long drawn-out affair, neither of which is something that I want to have happen. So, okay, our men have gotten there. Russia has not yet joined us, but yep, there they go. And freaking Brits, man. Okay, so the British have gone to support Prussia. We don't have the navy to take them out or even to raid their convoys without losing lots of men really quickly. So this is escalating. I'm going to pause for just a second, and we're going to show our strength by mobilizing the rest of our battalions. I want some of them on that Perm front to help the Russians. I want you here, and I want you there. So I want to pound through that Krakow front. I want to have our good men fighting against the weakened Prussian backlines, and hopefully this won't go to war, but looks like it probably will. East India Company, yes, oh man. Force your Caesarion to grant independence. I'm not sure that we could reasonably offer this and enforce it. I have no way of attacking. Okay, we could get Sweden. Liberate subjects. That we could do. This we could definitely do. So, which subject do we want them to liberate? Lubeck would be pretty nice. Oh, no. Yeah, let's do Lubeck. That's a pretty small bargain, so I don't feel too bad about that. And all we've declared that we want is the single state of Silesia, nothing else. So maybe we want to change that as time goes on. Just to get a bit more for the pound of flesh we're going to have to end up paying. We could take the state of Brandenburg as well, and I think we're going to. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to add war goal, conquer state, and I'm just going to cut the heart out of Prussians. So we're going to take Brandenburg as well. This will give us a lot of turmoil problems, more than likely, but that's okay. And, I mean, let's see. So the East India Company is relatively strong. They have a lot of flotillas, they have a lot of battalions. Yeah, we're bringing them on side. This will probably eventually end up as a white peace between the Brits, well, between us and the Brits. But even if it continues for a while, I really don't mind that too much. And if we succeed, you know, and they lose the East India Company, so much the better. I think we will also send one army here and one army. We may as well just stretch out the British forces as much as possible. Could have gone for some colonial possessions. In fact, this one, British Gambia, would probably be pretty nice. Let's take a look at our infamy. 93. No, that's Prussia. 69.2. I don't want to get any higher than that. It'll start adversely impacting our relations with other nations. In fact, it probably already has. Let's see. Improve relations with the French, please. And that should be sufficient for now. I really hope they back down. I'd rather not fight this, but I don't think that's likely. If we look at the fronts here, let's switch you to just defending, because that's relatively evenly matched. Our main advantage is in the Galicia-Pomerania front. Well, not counting the Russian troops. So we'll have to rely on that. We'll have to also rely on whatever the East India Company does. So I have no idea what that will be, but we're about to make some ugly borders here, and we're going to have to live with the consequences. Worst case, we probably will be able to pound out a white peace, but I'd really rather not do that if I don't have to. Sir Henry Wakely, by the way, is the guy who's causing a problem, but he's not an expert attacker or defender. so maybe won't be the worst thing ever. In addition, as soon as we close the Galicia-Pomerania front, we'll have 80,000 men under Heinrich von Hesse, who is an offensive planner, that can go and reinforce the Silesian front. It does not look like they're going to back down, so we will be at war. So be it. War with Prussia is broken out. Let's go to arms. Before we do that, though, just because this is bugging me, let's go ahead and order a railway here. I know I'm doing this at pause, which is a bit of a crutch, but actually we don't need one there because that'll get to full employment. And let's get another port here. That should be fine. Okay, so let's see how this goes. We get the first attack against Great Britain. Right now it looks like we're advancing. Let's look at the details. Right now, yeah, I mean, we're both losing fighting-capable men, but it'll be a little risky. We'll see what we can do. So the Russians are attacking. I have just set my men to defend here, so hopefully we'll catch any enemy thrusts into Russia and keep our ally on hand. And the entire... okay, this is some bullshit. 10,000 of my men are attacking, but the entire Prussian army is defending against it, and I outnumber them. Well, my own army outnumbers them 4-1. Why didn't we just attack? And the answer is I have zero clue. In the meantime, however, we are pushing in for free into British colonies, which will definitely hurt their economy and provide reasons for them to give up. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, we're going to lose this attack because you're an idiot and you didn't attack well. What we can hope for, however, is since there aren't enough enemy troops on that side, we should grind down their morale as they're forced into defense after defense after defense. So that is at least worth something. Let's see. Are you guys doing anything? You say you are. How many do you have mobilized? I don't see any. Well, until I see troops from them, we're going to assume that nothing happened. We have taken half of Silesia and now defending. 74 defense against 42 offense. This is what comes of superior equipment, so we do have better troops going for us than the British right now, but those numbers are going to be hard to match up against. And you can see, you know, we are getting a nice ratio here in dead and wounded, but it's maybe not quite enough, so they might retake what we just took from them. We are really pretty outnumbered here on that front, so I need to close this quickly. And that second attack has been launched. I can't believe they're still defending this well, and the morale's high. There's no reason that should be that high. We might lose our recently won gains. Okay. We also have lost some territory in Russia. Well, hey, this could go pretty poorly. Let's see what we would lose should we lose this. So diplomacy, make peace, conquer Austria? Oh, okay, the state of Austria, not all of us. I'm sitting there going, wait. Okay, let's try and push up dedicated police force and see how we're doing. We are winning the war support front of things, but yep, that battle has been lost. It's really upsetting because we had way better men. I wonder if it was a morale issue. And yeah, no, I'm not sure why we lost that one, but we did. We're losing here again, but we're finally grinding down their morale a little bit. Not as much as we should be, of course, but yeah, it is what it is. And we still have occupied a fair bit. No, they've pushed into us. Whoa. We were over in Silesia. We won that first battle. Okay, this is a problem. We're going to need to switch to a defensive posture on this front. Also, we're losing ground here. Okay, this is, as they say, not good. Let's try and get reinforcements, so you can go to... No, already assigned there, that's okay. You can go in defensive strategist, good, come in here. That should be pretty nice. And... okay, Great Britain's falling. Oh, sorry, Russia is falling to Great Britain. How are we winning the war support fight? I have no idea, but we're not pushing in any more on this side. We're losing the advance there, so that was the previous advance order. Gonna have to switch that order to defend. Actually, we can go ahead and do that. Here's Radziecki, and then that just leaves Karl Ludwig. Oh, and these two. So you guys just defend here. We will wear them out, and then counter. At least that's the intention. We'll have to see what we can do. I can't believe 21,000 inferior Prussian troops, because they are technologically inferior, can do things like that. I mean, shit, they're like, if I got to use my whole army, this would have been over. But no, they get to use their whole army, and we don't get to use ours. I don't know what that defense was either. Immediate loss. It's not exactly great. Oof. I'm not a fan of this at all. This seems bad. In the meantime, things will start to swing in terms of war support if we're not able to turn the tide. Can you guys do less bad than this? There's 13,000 of them. And you're attacking with 8, 6. I mean, this is part of why people are saying the war mechanic needs a little bit of rework, I'd say, but is what it is, I suppose. That's fine, losing there is fine. Alright, well, tell you what, we're going to call it there for today and try and recover from this bit of a disaster tomorrow. So thank you all for hanging around, we'll see you again real soon.